Hello, Leo, beautiful Leo. How are you? Thank you for being here. Okay, I'm so excited for this reading. There's something here about breaking away. You're breaking away from something, or it's like you're breaking away from the herd because you're meant to lead the herd or something like this. We're going to see exactly what this is and how you can utilize this energy, okay, to manifest everything that you're wanting, okay? So, all right. Whoa. I just want to connect really quick, okay? Okay. So, I'm going to pull the Arrow Oracle, of course. First, I saw a collie dog. Collie dogs have herding instincts. So, they're herding all of these animals. They have to break away from the herd in order to leave the herd. They're not a part of the herd. All the animals that they're leading, that they're around, they're not one of those animals, you know? So there is this breakaway energy that, yeah, I want to look at here. Okay. There's something here about being true to your goals, and there is some kind of an integration here that's going to happen. It's going to start to happen really quickly. And I feel like things being delayed, things taking longer than what you would have liked is for a reason. It's for a reason for you to get really clear on what it is that you want, because there is going to be an integration of new people, new experiences that are going to be available to you, and you balancing going out into the world and meeting new people, having new experiences, having a new lifestyle, but still maintaining your goals. It's really like the eat, pray, love energy when Julia Roberts, you know, she goes to Bali and she has her, you know, she's all balanced. She's meditating, she's doing great, and then she falls in love, and then, you know, she breaks it off with the guy because she's like, hey, I need to meditate all the time. I can't do this. And her guru is like, what are you doing? You know, you don't need to break it off a love situation. It's okay for things to take time for integration to happen, but it's wanting this balance again and not going back into the pattern of overgiving, and your goals get pushed to the side. Of course, you'll still be working on your goals and stuff, but not the same. We're going to see more about what this means. They're showing me Joe March from Little Women. And Joe March from Little Women, okay, if you haven't seen the new one with Saoirse Ronan, come on, you gotta see it. It's amazing. Emma Watson. You know, because I saw somebody writing in the night. You know, she's up and she's writing in the night by candlelight here. So there's something here that you have that kind of a passion for, that you're gonna sit up at night even though you're tired and you know you got to go to work the next day or whatever. You're going to sit by candlelight and this is what you're going to be doing. This is your dream of what you're doing. But remember, when this happens for her, everything kind of falls apart, you know? And she has some really harsh criticism that pushes her and motivates her. And ultimately, it's the death of Beth that really pushes her to do something. So we're going to see about this. We're going to see about what this is talking about. Yeah, there's a house here. What a beautiful house. And there's, oh, okay. So here is all these elephants here around this house. Elephant is generation upon generation upon generation. And it can be feminine energy, or on your mom's side of the family here. There's something here that it's like you're owed a house. You're owed a safe place to live and to create. Here you are sitting by candlelight, and there's this is like two beings that are here. So they're spirits. It could be a new guide, or you could be in the spiritual realm. You're about to be a guide. You know, you're going to stop incarnating, and next you're going to be somebody's guide or something, like herding sheep here. Okay? That's the energy that I'm getting. Or there could be spirits that you're going to help. It's your job to shepherd them. Okay, yeah. And it could be for some of you, after they pass away, you're going to be guiding them back to the light here, because I'm seeing that here too. But there could be something here where you're going to learn about your past lives. You could be very interested in your past lives, but there's things that you have done in your past lives that you're going to be able to implement for Spirit to give you this security, this house. There's something here that's going to be just yours. And then there's the umbrella here. And if you know, how cool is this? Can you even see? This is like an umbrella, okay? Right here, the white. And here is the house here, okay? So if you see the movie Little Women, you know about the scene under the umbrella. Okay, at the very end, when she meets someone at the train station, I don't know, it's a very popular book, been out forever, so most people know, but I still don't want to ruin it because it's so sweet. But I feel like you're going to know. Okay, anyway, Soul Tribe. Okay. So finding your way, and that's like this collie dog. There's gonna be other collie dogs that they're gonna like work with in order to guide this herd here. So, wow, you have gods and aliens. There's a lot of energy around you that's coming together for you. That's what I'm saying about integration. It's an integration of the work that you've been doing by yourself, on yourself, within yourself, and in your craft, in your passion. And now you're integrating that with the world again. But you're going back into the world in a completely different way than before. On this soil, in this lifetime, you've never set foot on the world in this way, And there is a way that things are going to come together like never before, because you're going to have your soul tribe working with you. It's like you've never had support in this reality. You're about to. Gods. So there's different gods, source energy, deities, spirits that are assisting you. And this energy you haven't had access to before. Aliens. There's also intergalactic beings that are stepping up to help you start. You could be a starseed. So all of these things are kind of coming together. And you're kind of integrating your astral self in this reality. It's almost like you got an upsurge of more of your energy, like walk-in energy, but it's more of your own energy or your energy from other lifetimes. That's what this really feels like here. It's very beautiful. It's very, interdimensional. I'm telling you. Could be through music for some of you. There's things that you're going to be doing. For some of you, this work, you're doing it when you're asleep, or just your aura is doing this kind of work as you go out into the world. And Spirit is going to move you. You're going to be moved. That's why I saw a house here, because you're going to be moving somewhere else. And it's like Spirit is going to have you traveling. You're going to travel, and the work that you're doing is not actually the work that you're doing. It's more like energetic work that you're doing. To uplift, to bring people together. Yeah. It's like you go travel here, you walk by here, everybody you walk by on the street, you're clearing things that they're almost ready to be cleared. And then you actually clear it. It's like you're this vessel, and all of these beings get to work through you, through your physical body, to clear all these other people so that they can go find their soul tribe as well. So when you have this kind of work, you could be doing anything for your occupation. You could be doing nothing. You could just be an amazing manifester. But Spirit is going to provide for you. Yeah. Spirit provides for you. King. And this is spiritual gifts activated. This is what I'm saying. There's like a new level of your energy that you have access to now. That you're like, you can utilize it now. Because when you come in, you're doing this kind of work, it usually doesn't happen right away. It's the opposite. And then you reach a particular point where now you have ascended to the point where you have access to all of this. Yeah. And this is very important. And it's like, if you know, you know. When this kind of stuff starts to happen, it's like, you can't explain that to other people. They don't get it. They don't get it. They're just going to be like, how? How do you do this? How do you do that? Yeah, exactly. You have the man here. That's like when people say the man, you know, I'm going to sticking it to the man. Like, I'm not going to, I don't know. Dealing is a relationship with a man. Okay, man. But there's something here about breaking away from, you know, the man, society, you know, the government, whatever. The one in charge, right? That it's like everything is great for them and everybody else, there's no chances. It's like there's this breaking away here that you have. Wow, this is interesting because you have ink pot. Oh, and dogs. Yeah, I'm telling you, I saw a dog. Getting together with friends. There is an integration here of working and friendship. Okay, and that's the thing. It says problems to be resolved, but look at this. This is like a quill, right? Yeah. And Jo March, that's how she writes. You know, she writes with like a little, you know, and she gets ink markings on her hands because she's a writer. Whoa, you know, everybody notices that. And that's the thing is the man, he notices this about her. And he kind of says something to her. Okay. And he says to her, yeah, I don't like your writing. I think you're really talented, but I don't. And what she's writing, it isn't really her voice. You know, I don't really like his delivery. But he is kind of right, you know. Beth kind of says it in a better way. Beth is kind of like, you know, you should write about us, you know. And she does. And look at what a success that turns out to be. So there is this integration of like somebody giving advice, somebody giving a criticism, somebody saying something. And this could be a person, you know, he says it himself. He's like, I'm not a writer. I'm not a good writer. I couldn't write anything. But some people, they can just kind of look at you and they can like tell you what it is that you can do, you know. And you don't have to take that necessarily literally, right? But be open and see where that's going to go, because that's what she does. And she ends up writing an amazing book, you know, and everything happens for her. It's really beautiful. But there is a there's an integration of going out with new people. Yeah, getting together with friends. Other dogs that are also leading the herd. Or they have their own herds that they're leading maybe, right? Yeah. This would be like if Jo March, you know, got together with other female writers, or a girl that was like speaking out about, you know, the women's right to vote. March. Wow. I feel like that's just because her name is Jo March. But this could be something here that you started in March. A journey, either physical or mental. Yeah, the Spirit's going to move you somewhere. And you might go to a short journey, but this is going to lead to something here. It's all building to something more. And look at this, you have marriage. I'm telling you. And this is the thing. Everything happens for Jo kind of like all at once. All at once, it just happens. You know, and Aunt March happens to pass away and she leaves Jo the house. Right? Even though she hates her, she leaves her the house. So it's like all these things come together for her out of nowhere. And that's the thing what I'm talking about is like Spirit will bless you out of nowhere when you do this kind of work, you know? So it doesn't have to be from someone passing away, okay? It's not saying that necessarily, but you could inherit something you don't know you're going to inherit it, because she didn't know she was going to inherit it. But it doesn't have to be something like that. Spirit wants to give you money. Spirit's going to give you money. Yeah, keeping your life in balance, the scales. This is Because, see, here's the thing, is she was already working on the book. She was already working on the book that she was going to write. And then Spirit gave her money. Because before, if she would have got the money, guess what? If she would have got the house from Aunt March, and she was writing the old way, that, it's like stories that sell, but it wasn't really her voice. Guess what? She would have just kept doing that. She would have just kept doing that. So Spirit will wait until it's like the right time, but it's like also you're doing the right thing, the right integration, Great worry over nothing with the whale. Wow. Beautiful. And this is something really coming together here. That's what this means. You being committed to your goals and to this new person that you're going to present yourself out there in this world to be. Yeah. Wow. That's what this is going to come. That's what this is going to come from. Okay, let's see. Dealings or relationship with a man. Could be an Aquarius. Or this could be a person that you met during Aquarius season. January, February. This is a person who has achieved peace. They have been through a lot in their life. And again, with music. You have music and you have snake here. So they could have gone through a huge transition. Snakes can represent a lot of things. But it really feels like what this is someone who will protect you. Snakes also represent protection. They protect portals. And I feel like you, with this new energy, it's like you're a portal. And the way that you go out into this world, the people that are around you, it can be all different kinds of people. The people that you're on a cruise ship with, the people that, you pass along the beach. It doesn't have to be actual work, but that doesn't mean you're not working. Spiritual work. And there is some kind of protection that your energy is exuding. And them being around that energy, it's easier for them to be in alignment with protecting themselves. And here is the thing, is this person, they will protect you. That's this energy. So there can be a person who gives you some kind of advice. This is a person that you're going to meet. The compass. Yeah. Because in Pocahontas, the compass, she gets a compass. Wow. Or this person could be the reason that you're being moved around. Look at, you have the bear. That's your ancestors. In the cup, I saw it as your elephants. But that just means feminine ancestors to me. The bear, and look at this tortoise. Wow. So this is what I'm saying. Look at how mystical these beings are. Look at how mystical. Look at this bear. Doesn't this bear just come? This bear is like Grandmother Willow in bear form. Come on. Look at this tortoise. This is like This is like Aunt March. She's a little grumpy, but she's still going to leave you the house. This is the guy that's like grumpy. They're a little angry. They're very serious. They never laugh. But they kind of like smile a little bit. That's how they kind of show they're proud of you, right? Okay? It's like the guard in front of the, palace in London or something, right? They can't smile, but they're smiling. And look at this monk. So this is what I'm saying. Guides, aliens, interdimensional beings. There's a lot of different beings, energy around you. And this is the thing. There could be miraculous things that you see that like defy physics, right? You're like, what? Something could move. Weird things could happen. Something's shifting here. because there's something here that you're going to be guided towards. And there could be a person or friends that are asking to take you somewhere or wanting you to go somewhere. You know, you could meet a person and you move to be with this person here, but there's something here about that. About another person is kind of like the compass, and you're the one that's doing the actual work. Spiritually, that's very interesting. Okay. So this is interesting. An Earth. It's like you're moving around Earth here. You're moving around this planet. And there's a lot of purification. There's a lot of purification that's going on. Okay, we got Taurus. So this is the thing. This is happening very soon. Could involve a Taurus person here. But the Earth card here and this Taurus card, this is the Empress. This is Empress energy. Oh yeah. That's Empress energy. Yeah. There's something here where it's like there is this, you see this lamb here? It's giving this innocent energy, this sacrifice in this coffin. There is an ending to you having to sacrifice. And that's something here that this could be your inner child, okay? It's like Jo March, you know, so much in her life she had to sacrifice. She had to go away to New York to work. You know, she had to go read to Aunt March when it was boring. She had to nurse Beth back to health, like by herself. Because freaking, you know, Marmee was away, right? It's like, hello. So there's a lot of sacrifice that she had to make, you know, but that's ending. At the end, her sacrifice is over because there's something that she is gifted. And she's like this, you know, younger, and then there is something that she inherits here. So that could really be it. But really, what this can really ultimately mean is you are no longer gonna sacrifice. So there is a certain amount of time where maybe that was meant to be for certain lessons, for you to be able to integrate this high level of energy, for you to understand this energy healing that you're working, all these beings that you're working with, all this stuff, right? It's like there's a lot of people here. When I look down, I see all people and dogs, you know? So it's like, there's a lot of people that are going to be coming to you. And it's almost like, are you the healer of the healers? You know, are you a shaman for all the shaman? Are you a psychic for all the psychics? Could be a lot of people that are very tormented because of other lifetimes, things that have happened to them, things in this lifetime. And they come to you with this mystic wisdom. Yeah. And you could be doing their hair and talking to them about, you know, I don't know how much, you know, you love waterfalls, whatever. And you're actually clearing this. You are. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be literal, but for some of you it really can be. There's people here. And this is integrating this spiritual work with your joy, with being around other people. Yeah, that's what this is really saying. Okay, I like this. It's like, you know, when you meet a person, you're not just meeting them for no reason here. You're not. There is a reason why you're meeting them. And this is this man, this is this person. There's somebody here who's been through a lot. They have seen a lot. And it's like they can't do what you can do, but they do something, you know. There's some kind of direction. It's kind of like the artist and then their manager, you know. And there's a lot of times where that relationship hasn't been healthy, but there's times where it is too, you know. So maybe that one's not the best example, but I think you get what I'm saying. So this is really about saying, I'm not going to sacrifice my energy anymore. I am not going to sacrifice my happiness to try to force things to work. But I'm also not going to be so fun and carefree that I lose my focus. You know, being like checking with yourself first, is this going to be right for you? And you can always say, I'll let you know. You don't have to say yes to everything. Or you can say not yes, but you can always go back and say that you can't do something or whatever. This is kind of about finding a flow that works for you, with including and incorporating other people in your life and doing fun things, but also sticking to your personal goals and what, like, you want to set a goal and setting the responsibility to stick to it, but not being so rigid that you don't have any fun. This is about balance. And that card came out. Yeah. There is a new journey with balance. And there is freedom, but you also have a compass. You know? Wow. And look at this. A beautiful guide through the forest. What an adventure this is. I like this. I really like this. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. This is beautiful. There's something here that it's like you're going to be given. There's something here that you're going to be given. And just as I say that, you have the Six of Cups. It's a gift. It's a beautiful gift from the universe. And it's almost like you could be a little bit afraid that this gift comes with betrayal. Because you have the Ten of Pentacles here. So there's something here about this gift. You're going to take this gift and you're going to use it to build security for yourself. Build a home for yourself. This is going to lead to actual commitment. And building something that is going to last for you. You know, and that's the thing. It's like you deserve to have something that's going to last. It's almost like allowing this in. Checking with yourself and pulling away when it's right for you to manage within yourself, balancing your emotions, and also going towards things. But then also allowing another person in your life, and maybe somebody's going to say something to you that you don't like, you don't want to hear, but maybe what do they really mean by that? And maybe this is beautiful guidance, and maybe you can turn this into something amazing, you know. This is like a story where somebody told Elvis, you know, you should dye your hair black. His hair is really blonde. And he's like, you think? No. Gets angry, blah, blah, blah. But eventually does dye his hair black, and then he takes off, you know, he becomes crazy famous Elvis that we all know. That's not really the story that happened, but that's all I can think of right now. It's like something like that could happen. Look at this. I'm telling you, you could be a little bit worried. This could be overcorrect energy. Yeah. There's people here that didn't deserve your grace. And so we tend to then, we want to put up boundaries, but we want to overcorrect, you know. And this is kind of like saying it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to consider what someone is saying. Doesn't mean you have to do it, doesn't mean you don't. You know, but there's something here about a partnership and allowing there to be space for the other person to be there too. Whether this is a work partnership or it's just, you know, advice you hear on YouTube from somebody who's doing the career that you want to do, or this could really be love, and it could go into your passion as well. And this could be marriage and a home if that's what you want too. But it really feels like it's so many things. Like Jo gets so many things at once. She gets the house, she gets her book, she opens a school, and she gets married. It's like, what? That's so many. That's everything. That's everything that she wanted. So, wow. It's very beautiful energy, but it's very, while this is coming in, it's very uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable. But this is like saying, you know, some of the best things come up from being uncomfortable. That's what this feels. It's kind of like leaning into being uncomfortable and figuring out why. and asking yourself the really hard questions like, am I just not willing to kind of, because that's the thing is like something that's like stuck, you know, when you're trying to build furniture from IKEA or something and it's stuck and you just like keep like messing with it and eventually it just like will click into place. That's what this is telling you. There's something here about just mess with it a little bit and it will click into place. Yeah. Wow. Okay, Leo, I love you. I hope this was helpful for you. Okay. If you want to like and subscribe, thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Also, if you want beautiful gemstone jewelry and to help the amazing sea otter, okay, the link is in the description. So